Friends, we've all experienced it. That groggy Sunday twice a year when we stumble around wondering if we've lost our minds or just an hour. Yes, we're talking about daylight saving time, that biannual ritual where we collectively pretend to be time travelers. Some people love it, some people hate it, everyone is confused by it. It's like the pineapple on pizza of timekeeping. But unlike pineapple on pizza, DST actually has a history. A long, winding, and frankly bizarre history. So buckle up because we're going on a journey through the weird world of daylight saving time. Believe it or not, messing with our clocks wasn't always about saving daylight. The story of daylight saving time, or DST, is a fascinating journey through history, filled with quirky characters and unexpected twists. Nope, it all started with bugs. And Benjamin Franklin, yes, the same guy who flew a kite in a thunderstorm. See, back in the 1700s, old Ben noticed that Parisians were burning through candles like it was going out of style. Candles were expensive and people were using them up at an alarming rate. His solution: wake everyone up earlier so they could use the sun's light instead. It was a simple idea, but it took a while to catch on. Fast forward to 1918, World War I was raging and saving energy was all the rage. Governments were looking for any way to conserve resources. Enter DST, making its grand debut on the world stage. It was introduced as a way to save fuel and power during the war, but just like your favorite band's reunion tour, it was short-lived. After the war, people weren't too keen on keeping it. It popped up again during World War II because apparently nothing says we're serious about this war like changing everyone's clocks. This time it stuck around a bit longer. And finally, in 1966, DST became the law of the land in the US, bringing joy to some and sleep deprivation to many. It was a controversial move, but it has endured to this day. Now, you'd think that after all these years, we'd have figured out this whole DST thing. Daylight saving time has been around for over a century, yet it still manages to baffle and frustrate us twice a year. But oh no, my friends, the saga continues. Every spring and fall, we find ourselves in the same old debate. Enter the Sunshine Protection Act, a bill that sounds like it belongs in a superhero movie, but is actually about making DST permanent. Imagine a world where we no longer have to change our clocks twice a year. The idea: more sunshine, less seasonal affective disorder, and maybe even fewer traffic accidents. Proponents argue that the benefits are clear. Sounds great, right? Well, not everyone is convinced. Critics worry about the long-term effects on our health and daily routines. Some folks argue that permanent DST would mess with our sleep even more, leading to a nation of grumpy, sleep-deprived zombies. They claim that our internal clocks would be thrown off balance. The debate rages on, leaving us wondering if we'll ever achieve true time harmony. Will we ever find a solution that satisfies everyone? Only time will tell. Section 4, Global Time Games. It's like regular time zones, but dizzier. Of course, the United States isn't the only country that likes to play games with time. Oh no, daylight savings time is a global phenomenon, with countries around the world switching things up like it's a particularly confusing game of musical chairs. Some places like Arizona and Hawaii decided daylight savings time was too much hassle and opted out entirely. Good for them. Others, like most of Europe, still observe daylight savings time, but on a slightly different schedule. Because why make it easy, right? It's a time zone free for all out there, folk. Section 5. The future of daylight savings time. Will we ever stop changing our clocks? So what does the future hold for daylight savings time? This practice of moving our clocks forward in the spring and back in the fall has been around for over a century. But as our world changes, so do our needs and habits. Will we ever stop fiddling with our clocks and just pick a time zone already? It's a question that has sparked debates in households, workplaces, and governments alike. The answer, my friends, is about as clear as a politician's promise. While some leaders advocate for a permanent standard time, others push for year-round daylight savings. Some experts believe that daylight savings time is on its way out, a relic of a bygone era. They argue that the original reasons for its implementation no longer apply in our modern, energy-efficient world. Others argue that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, and we should all just embrace the time warp. They point to the extended daylight hours in the evening which can boost retail sales and encourage outdoor activities. One thing's for sure, the debate over daylight savings time isn't going away anytime soon. With strong opinions on both sides, it's a topic that continues to divide and unite people in unexpected ways. So the next time you find yourself fumbling with your clocks, remember this. You're not alone in your time-traveling confusion. Millions of people around the world are experiencing the same temporal disorientation. We're all in this together. Whether you're a fan of the time change or not, it's a shared experience that connects us all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a nap. After all, adjusting to the time change can be exhausting.